No, it is useful that I can ascertain, but why you have missed 2, 3 classes? Exam is approaching, that is why I am asking. You should not miss the classes, right? Yes, exam will be held on, I think, 27th April only. Yeah. So since the date is too far, so that is why you thought, let me miss 2, 3 classes. That is the reason. For everything which I ask you, answer something else. You don't answer it straightwards. I'm very happy in interacting with you. Very first time I have found someone who is always giving me challenges. I am asking you why you missed 2, 3 classes, and you are me explaining to me that sir, exam is on 27th, so exam is too far. So I have the golden opportunity to miss some classes. Okay, no problem. Your choice. What can I tell? Oh, on 2, 3 classes on that day, I went to college, sir. Okay, okay, no problem. You can go to college. You can watch these lectures, recordings also. Depends on you. But this you should have answered in the very first line only, right? First of all, should not make a hazy and hazy bundle of things. Should answer it straightforward only, right? Is your first year only. That is why I am telling you. Very useful for you to work on your communication. Your communication should be very simple. It should be understandable to all. And another thing is that don't make a fuss out the things. Okay, you communicate what you are thinking in the very first line. Then you talk in detail that sir, this has happened, what has happened, that has happened. Okay, communication is very important. You will be learning a lot when you will be standing up for some positions, or you will be participating in your college in some extracurricular activities. Thereby you will realize what is the exact importance of communication, as well as in interviews. To you all, I don't know what is the in which standard you all are, but Rishi particularly has told me that he is in first year. That is why I am telling. Yeah, yeah, I understood. On 2, 3 classes you went to college, so you are unable to attend classes. I understood. No problem. You can watch the recordings. You can go through the PDFs. Okay, I can understand. But I was just telling you all that you should always work on your communication, because it's a giant leap nowadays. Okay, because whatever things are there, theoretical things are there, from anywhere we are able to learn, and at any pace we are able to learn. But the only thing which remains, which AI and all these things cannot do, is the communication part and the logical thinking part. You should work on both of these things. Yes, yes. Communication is very important. That is what I am explaining to you all. I don't know what are the in which standards other people are there, but Rishi has particularly told me that he's in very beginning. He's in first year. That is why I am explaining to you all for your own career point of view. Okay, because nowadays AI can do a lot things better, which humans can't even think of. AI can do that, but what it is not able to do is logical thinking and the communication. Okay, communicating, that is very very important. Communication, and it should feel to the other person that what you want to convey. Okay, I know that in India, a lot of students come from regional backgrounds, so they are very good in their own mother tongue. But when it comes to spoken English, they are not able to communicate that frequently, that flawlessly. Okay, so that is why it is very good opportunity that in the very beginning only you try to work on your communication skills. Thereby, you will never face any challenges in your future career. Okay, that is the thing. Even in IITs, I have seen. I take classes. I am at presently at IIT Kharagpur. I take classes, BTech students, MTech students. Okay, BTech students also they have something. Uh, some of the students they particularly have they particularly lack in communication. Okay, I know that knowledge level at par would be there. That particularly thing I know that they are at par or even at much better situation than some of the other students. But actually, what the thing which distinguishes student from another is communication only, as well as some other qualities like leadership is there, participating in extracurricular activities. That is very very important nowadays, especially. Okay, so if you are in college, then it is the opportune time for you to learn the communication. Okay, so thereby you will not face any problem. No institution, as per my experience, can make you great. Okay, only you have to work hard, you have to think about yourself, you have to plan your career. That will only make you great. Okay, it is not like that ki bhai, if I haven't got admission into an IIT or any other college or an MIT, then my career would not grow that much. Nowadays facilities are much uh, open. Okay, so information is flowing from each and every direction. Okay, try to accumulate the information which is useful to you, work on your communication, on your personality. If you are doing college, okay, then these two three aspects you should always keep in mind. And extracurricular activities, you should be always participating in them. Try to learn something. Winning or losing is not a matter. Okay, it is not a matter that you always play for winning or something like that, but build your personality. Overall personality should be something which is very different, very unique. Okay, so it will distinguish you from all other students. Thereby, in your career also, you would be having a very lead. You will be having a leading position as compared to the other students. That is the thing. Yeah, this year going to finish first year. Okay, on May month. Yeah, yeah. Okay, no problem. No problem. Study for your exams along with this. Okay, study for your exams. Participate in some extracurricular activities also. Okay, enjoy your college life also. It should not be something which is uh, which has to be left. Okay, enjoy. You should enjoy the learning process also. Okay, so that is very very important for you to understand. So my communication skills are weak because I am from Hindi medium. Yeah, I can understand, Rolly. I can understand that. I am presently at IIT Kharagpur. Even here also I have seen that the students' knowledge level is at par to any other student, but he is not able to communicate. That is why every time he is sitting at the back benches, he is not able to achieve good grades, and thereby whichever company he is getting a placement, he is just taking the placement, and after 4 years he is gone. So that is a point which is here also. So the thing is that we all come from our regional states. So in our mother tongue, we are very strong. Like for northern states, if it is Hindi, we are very strong in our own mother tongue. But when it comes to spoken English, some of us lack. So that is what I was telling you all. So work on your communication skill, work on your spoken English. How you can work that also I can tell you in brief, because I am here to teach something else. But in brief, I'll explain you, because some of you might be having some problems even in spoken English. When it comes to grammatical syntaxes and all those things, sometimes we commit errors also. So for everyone, I am just telling you that what sources you can just follow. You can follow the news, English news, okay, as well as English newspapers, as well as the news which is coming through various broadcast mediums, as well as follow some good YouTube channels, okay. So that will daily you just have to spend 15 or 20 minutes on this. So when you will spending a year, then after an year you will realize that your spoken English has improved a much lot, okay. So that is the thing, it will come from practice, okay. And 15-20 minutes you can either listen to some good English news uh, channel, something like that, like BBC English is there, okay. Or you can read some good English newspaper like the Hindu is there, the Indian Express is there, the Times of India is there, okay. So these things for half an hour you can do. After that, you should try to practice the spoken English with your friends, with your peers, with your seniors, with your juniors, with your teachers. Okay. Try to communicate, okay, in English. So then only you will be able to uh, become fluent. Okay. You will be able to get a fluency in spoken English. Okay. Regarding written English, almost all the students they have one subject as English, so that is not a big problem. But for spoken English, you have to just work on it. That is the only thing. Okay, it is just an expression. Okay, here also the knowledge is there. Okay, knowledge is there. The accumulation of facts is there inside my head, but I just have to express. So expression is an art, and it will come from practice only. Okay. Yes, you should always communicate in English. Yeah, yeah, no problem. You should try to communicate. Okay, you should try to improve, as well as do participate in some extracurricular activities like debating is there. Okay, in colleges, debating is there. Some cultural programs are there. So try to participate. It is not always considered. Don't always consider that I'll what other person will think, or some I'll be ashamed of my personality. Don't think like that. Okay, college is just for you to, it's just a place for you to learn, okay, that is the thing. Yes, not deviating much from the topic. So very good afternoon everyone, my name is Ambuj. I am a research scholar at Agricultural and Food Engineering Department, IIT Kharagpur, and I will be taking your live interactive session for the course Problem Solving Through Programming in C. And this course is taught by Professor Anupam Basu from IIT Kharagpur. And what I will be doing in this particular session, that I'll be posting some of the objective questions based on the previous week's content in front of you all. And what you have to do, you just have to answer using the chat box. Okay. And at the end, we'll discuss it thoroughly. Okay. Yes. Yes. Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Let me just begin. Okay. Yes. What is the default return type? What is the default return type if it is not specified in the function definition? Okay. And it is, the options are void, int, double, float. Okay. Void int, double, float. Okay. Try to answer. Yes. Okay. Two people have answered. Three. Okay. Good. Very good. Yes. Very good afternoon, everyone. Let us just start. This is the very first question for the present session. Yes. Okay. So nearly all students have answered it A, good, and one is saying B, and I am very happy that you all are participating. Okay. Yes. Any other opinions regarding this question? What is the default return type if it is not specified in the function definition? No further opinions? Okay. A. Good. See, I am very happy that you all are attending this online session. Okay. You can attend. Okay. But don't think that it is a substitute to your NPTEL online recorded lectures. Okay. They are the main theory lectures in which everything is taught to you in great detail. Every bit of the information is shared there. Okay. Thereby it will form your base. And here this is just a practice session based on the previous week's content which we share. Okay, so that is not a substitute. Why I am specifically saying this thing? Because I like to mention that only Arunima has answered this question correct and you all are wrong. Okay, so it is just a thing that you should be very careful. Go through the online lectures first. Okay, then come attend this session. Otherwise, you can attend it in recorded mode also. Okay, but don't leave that online lectures. Okay, you can always attend these live sessions. Any session, two sessions are parallelly running. If you want, you can attend, no problem. Okay, I am very open, but don't think so that it is a substitute. I am attending this, so thereby I'll pass the question. No, pass the examination. No, for passing the examination, the basic requirement you have to fulfill. For fulfilling the basic requirement, you have to answer all the assignments within the due time. You have to complete all the online lectures. Okay, it is not a substitute. I am specifically mentioning to you. Okay, so please be very sure about it. Okay, because only one student and now some another student has changed her answer. No problem, but one two students are only answering it correctly, so I am presuming that you are not going through the lectures. So attending the lectures is very important. Okay, now I'll explain, but please remember what I just said. Okay, yes, the default return type, if it is not specified in the function definition, is int. It is not void. Okay, it is not void. Void means it will not return any value. I already told you void main, or void any function name. If it is written, it will not return any value. But here it is written what is the default return type. What is the default return type means it is returning any value that you have to understand from the question. What is the default return type? Okay, it is not saying that it is not returning a value. Had it been saying it is not returning a value, then the answer would have been void and you all would have been correct. But it is not correct. Okay, it is int. Int integer, that is the default return type in C. Okay, that is the thing. Try to see here the correct explanation as well as the two simple functions I have made for you guys. Okay, try to see from here. In C, if you define a function without explicitly specifying its return type, compiler will implicitly assume that the default return type is int or integer. Historical feature of C. Okay, it's a historical feature of C, and while it's allowed, it is not generally a very good practice. Okay, in the later versions of C as well as in C++, it has been removed. Okay, so it will either throw an error or it will tell you to define the type of the variable which the function will return. But the default variable type in C is int only or integer only. Okay, this you have to keep in mind. For example, a particular function is there. See on the right hand side, my function return 5, int main is there, int result equal to my function is there. Then here it is a valid practice if you will be calling my function. So it will by default assume that you are returning an integer variable type. Okay, if you have not declared. Okay, so that is the thing. Then integer my function is there, return 5 is there, void another function I have created. and this particular function which is there on the right hand side and on the bottom edge, that is returning a float type variable. Okay, so that is the thing. You can return any value from the function, but by default the compiler will assume that it is an integer type. Okay, why int? Because of the historical reasons, earlier versions of C defaulted to int for functions where the return type was not specified. This was done to simplify early compilers and language design. To maintain backward compatibility with older C code, this implicit int return type behavior was kept in later versions of the language. Okay. Best practice is this one. Always explicitly specify the return types. It is there, but you have to remember that by default, what is the variable type? That is int, integer only. Okay. While the compiler will assume int if no return type is declared, it is always a good programming practice, okay, to explicitly define the return type of each function in C. It will improve your code readability, it will reduce the error, it will improve the maintainability. Yes, I these points are valid. Okay, the correct way is there on the right hand side. Okay, here explicitly we have returned a float variable and we have defined. Okay, so that is a very great way to do. Okay, or the correct way to do. Void was another option, as well as double and float. These all three are incorrect. Void indicates that a function doesn't return anything. Okay, it must be explicitly used to indicate that the function does not return a value. I already explained you. Okay, so void won't be correct. Double is a floating point type and must be explicitly used to indicate that a function returns a floating point value with double precision. So it is also not correct. Float is also a floating point type and must be explicitly used to indicate function is returning a floating point value. It is not correct. Correct answer is int b. Okay. In this semester for me, Python language is going on, sir. Okay, very good. Thereby, if you will learn C here, Python there, so you will be able to contrast and you will be able to learn both the languages. Good. If compiler error are also in option, sir, what do we select? If compiler option error is also in option, there then also you go for int if int is an option there. Okay. But if int is not an option there, so here there he is assuming that he's talking about the later versions of C. So thereby you can go for compiler error. Okay. But explicitly in this particular course, regarding this particular course, I am telling you that we are going through a very basic version of C. So so please be very sure that compiler error won't be an option there. Options will be these only: void, double, float, int. So you have to just select int there. Okay, because in this particular course we are going through C and the oldest version of C, basic version of C, not the advanced versions of C or anything like that. That is why after ASCII course only I told you that the other standards which are advanced to ASCII I haven't taught you them, because we are going through very basics here only. Okay. Yes, please be make a note of this question in your mind. Okay, as well as be very sure, very thorough with this question. Okay. Yes. Going through the next question, please do answer it correctly. Try to see first, then analyze, use your brain, take your time. Take 5 minutes time. I am giving you enough time, but try to answer it logically. Okay. Thereby you can type the logic also if you have something in your brain. So I'll understand that how you are thinking and where you are lagging. Okay. What will be the output, and a simple code is there and your four options are there. Think before you write. Okay. Think, but don't take that much time that you are thinking for half an hour. Okay, but think, then you try to answer it. Okay. Yes. Okay, good. First person Rolly has answered it 70. Good. What about others? A lot of students have joined. Please do answer it. Okay, try to answer it. Sukanya Basu is saying B. Good. Sneha Maiti is saying 70. Good. Okay, Kshitij B. Garbage value. Two particular options are there. Either it is garbage value, compilation error, none, or 70. Four options are there. With B and C, how you are able to distinguish that depends on you. Okay. Garbage value, the concept is very simple. If something is not defined, okay, so it will throw a garbage value. But if something is defined in the program and another part of the function or another part is not able to access it, or something you have written in incorrect manner, you have forgotten the terminator, okay, so it will risk to compilation error. Okay, these are the two different concepts. Yeah, I have given you some hint I can understand. Thereby all are saying C. Good. No problem. Yes, what about the other students? Do give your opinions. Okay. Yes. Indeed, whomsoever have answered it compilation error, they are correct. The correct option is compilation error only. Okay. See here, two particular codes are there. For your understanding, I have run the both. Hash include stdio.h, integer main was there, then two curly braces were there. Okay, one curly brace is enclosing integer int a equal to 70, and another curly brace is enclosing the printf function, and the another function curly brace is enclosing your int main. Okay, so it is raising a compilation error. Okay, what is the difference between compilation error and garbage value? If something is defined, if something is defined in the entire code, okay, and another function, because this particular function, okay, try to see here, printf function, that will not be able to access this particular block of code, because this particular curly brace starting from here and ending till here, inside this particular curly braces only, or inside this particular function only, would be the validity of the variables which are declared. Okay, so this is the concept of local variable as well as global variable. Okay, so if you are enclosing any making a curly bracket and inside any function, and you are defining a particular variable, then this is a local variable which will restrict the validity of that particular variable to that particular curly braces or that particular function only. So this particular statement will not be able to access what is A. So thereby it will throw a compilation error, as you can see in the right hand side. Okay. As well as you can see here in the right hand side that it is raising a compilation error. If you are getting any error message while compiling the functions, you just have to understand what it is. Okay. You have to understand, read the compilation errors line by line, thereby you will understand what it wants to say. See here, I'll teach you how to understand the error message also in function main. See here, before in function main it is written temp, then after that some code is there, then main.c is there. Okay, whatever the functions which are running, a similar copy is generated for that particular function. Okay, that particular copy is transferred to the compiler. So compiler will not modify your original copy. That is why a temporary copy has been created inside this particular folder and inside that particular uh, at a particular directory. Okay, so that is the thing. And function main, then after that it is written error a, error, after that colon is written a undeclared. Why it is saying a undeclared? Because printf function is not able to access, because you have enclosed that particular int a inside a curly braces, thereby making it a local variable. How to declare a global variable, how to declare a local variable has been taught in much greater detail in this particular week only. Go through the video lectures. Okay. Then it is written note each undeclared identifier is reported only once for each function it appears in. Means the validity of the undeclared identifier is there inside that only for particular function. Means local variable will be valid inside that particular function only. That is meant by this particular line. How to remove this particular error? Just remove that particular curly brace which was engulfing this int a equal to 70. Just when I removed this curly brace, then I executed the code, and here you can see I am getting the output as 70. Okay, very simple thing is there, but you have to be a lot bit careful in this particular question. I gave you hint, that is why most of you got it right, but please be very thorough with the foundation. Okay, how things are happening. Any point of time, if you are having any problem, any doubt, unmute yourself, ask me the question. Okay, I am very open, but don't keep your doubts in your mind. I already told you. As Kshitiz is saying that I didn't complete my week 7 program, so is there any chance to complete the program? Please contact the NPTEL team. Okay, write a particular mail that why you are not able to complete the programs. Okay, why you haven't submitted the assignment in time, so they might consider. Okay, I'm not the very right person to contact because I'm not operating that platform. Okay, so try to contact the NPTEL team. They will be in a better position to answer you. Okay, yes, understood. Okay, let us move forward. The correct answer is compilation error. Let's analyze this particular C code. Hash include stdio.h, int main, and entire code is there. Understanding the scope scope of the variables in C. The scope of variable refers to the region of the program where that variable is accessible or visible. Variables inside a block are only accessible within that particular block. Please mark these particular lines with a permanent ink in, okay, inside your brain. Here I am marking it with the marker. Okay, just have to mark these particular lines because these are very very important. Okay, most of the output questions, they will around this particular concept only. Okay, please be very thorough. Yes, block scope. The variables declared within a block delimited by the curly brace have block scope. Means they are only valid, all the variables are only valid inside that particular block only. That is the meaning. They are local to that block, not accessible outside. That is the meaning here. Okay. So please be very thorough with that particular concept. Okay. I have already told you this particular concept. Yes. Yeah, step-by-step analysis says that variable declaration inside the block int equal to 70 declares an integer variable a, initializes it to 70. Declaration is inside the first block. Scope of variable a will be limited to that particular block. Okay. Then the attempted access is printf %d, and after that it is written a. That is attempts to use a variable a inside of the second block. The second block is outside the scope of a. Okay, that is why it is throwing a compilation error. Because the variable a was declared inside the first block, it goes out of the scope when the program exits the first block. Variable a is not visible inside the second block, thus it will throw a compilation error. Okay. To fix this, you have to either declare a outside both of the blocks or declaring a new variable a inside that particular second block. Okay, so both the things you can apply to remove this particular compilation error. Okay, that is the thing. 70 won't be correct. It will not be printed. Garbage value won't be a correct option because it is a compile time error or compilation error, not a garbage value. Because none won't be there because it is a compilation error. Hence, the correct option would be compilation error. Okay. I'm assuming that you all are clear. Okay. If you are having any doubt at any point of time, please feel free to ask. And you can unmute. You can use the chat box. Okay. Yes. Let us move forward. Try to answer this question. I'll not help you regarding this question. You have to answer yourself. How many times will hello world will be printed in this particular code? Okay. Try to answer. Okay, good. 5 people have answered it D. Good. Answer. Try to answer. Yes. Why so few responses? Please do try to answer. It's an easy question. Yes, Arunama is saying option A. Arunama, you have sent some of the questions on the mail. So I have sent the responses. Have you received them or are you clear? You are having some doubts. So I sent you the responses. Are you thorough with them or you still have any doubt? Then feel free to ask. Okay, you are clear, then fine, no problem. I tried to explain the things in as detailed manner as possible. Yes, Rishi, I understand that you want to say A infinite times. I understand. Okay, writing everything 2 times won't change a single thing. It would be same only. Okay, D is correct. Then option A. At the end of the session, I'll clear some doubts regarding those questions. Yeah, you can clear, no problem. I don't know. You can clear, else you can mail me also. Okay, no problem. But mail is a very formal communication. Okay, so I am assuming that you are also in your undergrad. So always try to acknowledge. Okay, if you are sending a response or any question, then I am sending some another answer. Then at the end, you have to acknowledge that I have understood, I have received the mail. Okay. So thereby your habit will be formed. Okay. And the communication which we will do in future will sound something professional. Okay. This particular thing, not all people, not all teachers teach you, but I'm teaching you explicitly here only. Okay. So try to keep it in mind that whenever you are communicating formally, then you have to be very specific. You have to acknowledge everything, that these things I have received and all those things. Okay. Like letter communication is there, na? So that is the thing. Okay. Otherwise, here no problem is there because I am your teacher only. But whenever in your professional career you will grow, then thereby you will face problem. Okay, so that is why I am teaching here itself that how to communicate, focusing much on that. Okay, yes. A, okay, A and D. Nobody is saying B, nobody is saying C. Yeah, C. Okay, good. C, nobody is saying. People are saying D, and people are saying A. Okay, good. Actually, it is D only. It can be A, but anything in computer science language, if you will try to understand, it is not infinite. Infinite is declared in mathematics by the symbol infinity, 1 over 0. Okay, that is infinity. That is defined in mathematics, but in computer science language, nothing is infinite because how it can be infinite? First of all, try to understand this. Uh, particular, yeah, D is the answer. I am explaining you. Just have some patience. Yeah, I am explaining you that inside the compiler, there is a particular memory allocation is there. Okay. So inside that memory allocation, some finite number of cells are there. So finite memory allocation will be always there. So how something can be infinite? You just have to understand it. For example, infinite loop is there. Infinite loop is there. What is the physical significance of infinite loop? That the ultimately the compiler will reach at a particular state which will be out of memory, out of bounds. That is the meaning of infinite loop. Okay. So it is not like that ki something is infinite. It cannot be quantified. What cannot be quantified, it is infinite. But in computer science, you are running a program on a compiler on a physical system. It is having some finite memory. So very deeply, if you will think, then nothing is infinite. Okay. Even though in case of infinite loop, it will be executed infinite times. It will be executed infinite times. It will try to be executed infinite times, but actually, what at the back end is happening, that the compiler is running out of memory. It is not able to store those many number of variables. That is why it is ultimately hanged. Okay, it is not able to process that amount of information. Okay, so that is the thing. The answer to this question is till stack overflows. Okay, stack till the stack is overflowing, because this is a case of recursive function call. Inside a function, inside the main function, printf hello world is there. After that, only main is getting called. Okay, so inside a function, another function is there, but the meaning ultimately is this, that till the stack overflows. So till that point of time only the hello world will be printed. Okay, that you have to just understand. Analyzing this particular code, it is a case of recursive function call. A recursive function call is one that calls itself directly or indirectly inside that particular function only. In this code, main function is calling itself, resulting in a direct recursion. Okay, main is calling itself. That is why it is a case of direct recursion. Direct recursion and indirect recursion. Okay, those two are the particular cases of recursive function call. Function call stack. Each time a function is called, the system creates a stack frame on the call stack, which is a data structure that stores local variables, return addresses, and other data related to the function call. Function call stack. What do you mean by function call stack? It is a fundamental data structure used by computers operating system manage function calls in a program. Critical component of how programs execute and keep track of what is happening. Okay, it is just like a stack of plates in a cafeteria. Okay, function call stack in C is always LIFO, last in first out. Please do keep it in mind. You add a plate to the top, okay, and then when you are putting on the plates, you are creating a stack of the plates, and whatever the plate which you put on the very first attempt, that will be taken at the last. So that is why the function call stack is known as LIFO, last in first out. Okay. If a recursive function call does not have proper base case, like in this particular case, it will keep calling itself infinitely. This will cause the call stack to grow without any bounds, without any upper limits. Eventually, the call stack will run out of memory and the function will crash with a stack overflow error. Okay, step by step analysis there. Main is called initially, printf is printing hello world and a new line character, and after that another inside that function only, it is case of direct recursion. Okay, so another function is calling that particular main only. So the new call to main will again do the same thing, and print hello world will then call main again. Okay, so stack growth will ultimately take place. Every recursive call to main will push another frame into the call stack. Program will continue calling main recursively without any bounds. Call stack will grow until it overflows and the program caches, likely the stack overflow error. That is the thing. While the recursion does not continue without any bound and will cause the program to crash, the hello world will not print an infinite number of times. Okay, because eventually the stack will overflow and program will ultimately either terminate or it will be stuck in the loop. That is the case of hang. Okay, that is the thing. 32767 and 65535, they are not related to any stack overflow, neither related to the program. So these two are not the correct options. The program will print the hello world repeatedly until the call stack overflows, which will at which point the program will crash. Correct option would be till stack overflows. Okay, this you just try to keep it in mind. Okay, let's move forward. What is the stack? That I have to repeat. Okay, no problem. Stack, you just try to understand. Stack in Hindi is known as dher. Okay, stack or dher in Hindi it is known as stack. Stack means one object over another object over another object. Okay, it's just a stack of things. So in very basic layman language, you try to understand that it is just a uh, it is just a pile of things. Okay, one thing above the another thing, like plates. Okay, inside a restaurant, is inside a restaurant, plates are piled up. Okay, so first plate would be kept by the waiter, after that another plate would be kept by the waiter. So all the plates would be kept over one over the another. So that is the stack of plates. Okay, so the last plate, okay, which I will put, would be the first one which would be taken by the user. Okay, understood what is a stack. Okay, so inside this there are two particular concepts. Function call stack. Every time when a function is being called, the system will create a stack frame or a call stack in which order it has to call the particular functions. Okay, that is the call stack. Okay, it will keep a temporary record, that is the call stack. Okay, which is a data structure that stores local variables, return the addresses and other data related to the function call. Okay, whenever any function call is happening, so function call stack is a temporary log, okay, which will keep the record that which function is being called and in which order it is being called. So that is the function call stack. It's a fundamental data structure used by the computer OS to manage the function calls. Okay, it is critical how the programs execute and keep track of what is happening. Okay, so that is the function call stack. Okay, and inside the function call stack, you have to just remember it is always LIFO, last in first out. Okay, and the practical example already I have told you. Okay, Arinuma, are you clear? Okay, okay, no problem. Yes. Yes, I already told you, Shadish, that if you have missed your 7th week programs to submit, then you just try to contact the NPTEL team. If there any option is there, then they will allow you to resubmit it. Okay. I'm not having the control. That is why I'm not a very uh, right person to answer. Okay. Just try to contact the NPTEL team. They are having any facility, then they'll just reopen the facility to submit the program. Okay. Yes. Let us move forward. Which of the following statements is correct? The function with same name cannot have different signatures. A function with same name cannot have different return types. Function with same name cannot have different number of parameters, or all of the above. Try to answer. Okay, B. This is saying B. Okay. Two people are saying B. Good. Yes. C also, B also. Okay, no problem. Okay. From B to A, no problem. Then B, sir. B, okay. A, good. Please have a fair amount of practice. Okay. That is what I can tell you, because I have taught many batches. Not like this. It is not my first time. Okay. Taught many batches, and the students' performance was at par. More than par means almost all the questions they were able to answer correctly, but still in the examination they have conducted some of the mistakes. But here the performance which I am just seeing from the past uh, 3 or 4 sessions, that is not very remarkable. So that is why I am sincerely advising you that it is the right time. Do study, go through all the online lectures. Okay, be very serious. If you are attempting this, if you are thinking or planning to give the written examination. Okay, if you are here for just for your knowledge, then it is fine. Okay, your knowledge will be enhanced. I can understand, but if you are planning to give the written examination, then be very thorough. Okay, please be very sure. Yes. Okay. Correct answer is D. All of the above. None of you have answered it correctly. I am very sad by this particular fact that none of you have got it correct. Okay. Why? Because all of the above options were correct. I was not asking you about the incorrect. I was asking you about the correct option. After I have told you, if you are writing D, then it has got no value, because I'll not be there in the examination also. Understood? To tell you that which option is correct. Okay. Beforehand, you have to tell the correct option. If you have gone through the particular week's lecture and you try to attempt this particular question, then try to answer it correctly. Okay. Okay, no problem. I am happy that you are at least trying to attempt, but it is the opportune time to study. That is what I am telling you. Yes. Let's break down why each statement is correct in the context of function overloading in C. Function with the same name cannot have different signature. It is generally true. Function signature in C. What is function signature in C? In C, primarily the function name and type and order of the parameters. That is the function signature. Okay. What the function signature signifies? It is the function name, it is the type, it is the order of the parameters that comes under the function signature. So if you will see the particular program which is there labeled as A. So in that particular program, hash include stdio.h, then integer my function, int a is there, that is returning A. int my function, int a is taking as an input, then return A multiplied by 2. In these two functions, the signatures are same because same function name is there, same input parameter is there, and it is returning a variable which is having the same data type. So it is both the functions which are my function, they are having the same signature. Hence, it will throw a compile time error, compilation error. Okay. So a function with same name cannot have different signatures. Okay, this is the correct option. Okay. Then a function with the same name cannot have different return types. Okay, try to understand in the B example. This is also true in C. Functions cannot be distinguished by return types. Therefore, two functions in the same scope cannot have the same name. They cannot have the same name and same parameters, but different return types. Okay, can be demonstrated with the following particular example. For example, int hash include studio.h is there, int my function is there, int a is there, return a is there, then float my function and int a is there, then it is returning a into 2. That is the same inside the function, the same thing is there, but here first particular function is returning integer, another one is returning float. No, it will also throw a compile time error. Okay, so a function with the same name cannot have different return types. The different return times will throw a compile time error. Okay, then C case was there. A function with the same name cannot have a different number of parameters. This is also true in C. Two functions in the same scope cannot have the same name but a different number of parameters. Therefore, you cannot overload. Function overload will not take place based on the number of parameters. Can be demonstrated using the example which is given in C. Hash include studio.h is there, int my function is there, int a is there, it is returning a. Int my function is there, it is taking two variables as the input, int a and int b, and it is returning a into 2. So int main is there, result int result equal to my function, and inside that I am passing 5 as a parameter. Then I am printing the result. It will also throw compile time error because a function with the same name cannot have the different number of parameters. All the statements A, B, C are correct. Hence, the key point does not directly support function overloading in the way like the other languages are there. In C++ or Java, these all are valid, as well as in Python. In those languages, you can have multiple functions with the same name as long they have distinct signatures, but in C, it is not a facility. In C, the function signature, that is the name plus parameter types, must be unique within a scope. Within a scope means within a particular function, including the main function. Okay, they have to be different. Okay, that is why all other options, if you will take inclusivity explicitly one option or the another option, they won't be correct. All the other above options are correct. Okay. Try to remember this particular last line. This is very, very important. Okay. In C, the function signature, name plus parameter type must be unique within a scope. Okay. Yes. Any doubts? Anybody clear? Not clear? Anything like to say? Are you clear? Okay. D, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, yeah. D is the correct option. Devshri. Clear? Okay. Okay. I'm assuming you are clear. Okay. Let's move forward. Okay. Yes. Okay. What will this particular function return? Then see the function. Try to answer. Okay. 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 I can understand you are clear. No problem. Try to answer this question. Don't get afraid, but answer it logically. Okay. Think for some time, but you will get the correct option. Okay. You are thorough with the basics. Okay. Take your time. Okay. Take your time. Take two, three variables. Okay. Two, three variables. Take in your mind. Okay. For example, for X, for Y, take some variables. Okay. Two, three, four, five, six, any number of digits you take, then you try to analyze the function, then give answer accordingly. Okay. Very simple question. Recursive function questions are very simple. I was thinking that you will be getting all the questions correct, but hardly there is a question in which all the students have majority have answered it correctly. That is why I am sincerely giving you advice. Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes time. Take two, three variables, then try to answer it. Okay. Yeah. I am just coming in 2 minutes. Okay, I gave you a solid 5 minutes. Still very few responses. Nothing will be printed in the programs are very good. Very nice. I already told you, my dear, that if main is not there and a particular block is there and I am answering you what is will be the function return. I am not asking you what will be the output. Okay, assume that the question is correct. I already told you. Okay, so I am asking you what will be the function return. You are telling me nothing will be printed in program, sir. Yes, I agree with you because main is not there. Proper function is not be returned. But what I am asking you, you are not answering that. You are answering something else. Okay, that won't work. Okay, that is the thing. I am asking you that what it is returning, and you are answering me, bhai, ki, what is, sir, nothing will be printed. Yes, nothing will be printed. It is true, but still something will be there, na? Some operation it is happening. Okay, so explicitly analyzing the options. Okay, C, then B, then D, then C. Okay, whomsoever have answered it, B, three people have answered it. Okay, they are only correct. The rest all are incorrect. Okay, so that is the thing. B is the correct option. Okay, I gave you solid, I think, 7 minutes, but still few responses are there. I can understand it is a difficult one for some of the students. Explaining, try to understand. Okay, then ask if any doubt is there. In this type of questions, if you don't know anything, yeah, why not did I'll explain you. It is B only. If you don't know anything, then take any example. For example, in the options only x and y, you can take integer, you can take non-negative integer, you can take integer, non-negative integer. Anything you can take. Okay, non-negative integers means from 0 to included, then till infinity integers. Okay, integers means from minus infinity to plus infinity, all the integers, including 0. So take any example. Okay, like 3 and 2, you can take for non-negative integer, and for integer, you can take minus 3, minus 2. Okay, and then you try to input x and y. Likewise, I told you, and then you try to calculate what the exactly the function is returning. Okay, then you will be able to analyze that actually which option is correct. That is one approach which I would follow if I don't know anything. Okay, but every day is not Sunday. That is why I know everything. But I'll explain you in another form and manner. Try to understand. But if you don't know, and in the examination you want to get the correct option, then you take all the options. Like you take integer, you take non-negative integer. Then you try to analyze what the particular code is returning, and then answer accordingly. If it is returning x into y, or is it returning x plus y? Okay, this is the thing. This is a particular approach I told you in the for the examination. If you don't know anything, okay, here I'll explain you. Correct option would be x into y, where x and y are non-negative integers. Analyzing the particular recursive function inside the code, it is written that function integer x and y. It is taking input as x and y. Okay, two particular integers. It will try to take the input. Then base cases are if y equal to 0. If y is 0, then you return 0. Okay. If y is 1, then you return x. Okay. This is the particular two statements which were written here. Okay. After that, it is written return x plus function means function. If it is written means func is written. Then inside that, whatever the parameters is written, that the function is calling itself. Okay, that is the thing. So recursive step is this, that if y is neither 0 nor 1, the function recursively calls itself with y decremented by 1, and it is adding x to the result of the recursive call that you understand by this particular function return x plus func or function, and inside the parameter you are passing x and y minus 1. Now you try to analyze if inside the function if I'll pass x comma 0, it will return 0 because 0 is the base case. If I'll pass x comma 1, it will return x. If I'll pass x comma 2, it will return x plus func function, it will call x comma 1, y minus 1, which is x plus x, that is 2x. If it is function x comma 3, it will return x plus function x comma 2, y minus 1, which is x plus function x comma 2 is 2x directly. So x plus 2x is 3x. Then if it is function x comma 4, it will return x plus function x comma 3, which is x plus 3x directly. Function x comma 3 substituting the value, okay, 4x. That is the thing. So what is the general pattern? What it is returning? The function is essentially calculating x added itself to y number of times. In a other way, it is x into y. 5 into 6 is 6 times 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay. Either you can write it as 5 into 6, or you can write it down as 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So either you add 5 6 number of times, or you multiply 5 into 6. They are both the same. That is why it is only calculating x into y. Okay. So restriction of on inputs, recursion will eventually terminate only if y is a non-negative integer. Okay, it will only terminate if y is a non-negative integer. If y were negative, then the condition will return y equal to 0 or y equal to 1 would never be reached, and the recursion will not stop, leading it will again lead to a stack overflow. Explicitly, in case of non-negative integers, the function will perform very correctly. It will return x into y. Practical application of your recursive function call. If you understand this particular function, then you can yourself create a function to calculate a to the power b. Okay. You can always try to calculate a to the power b. You can calculate b multiplication. I already told you. Sum also you can try to calculate. So if you understand this particular option, if you particularly understand this particular recursive function call, okay. So explicitly x into y, where x and y are non-negative integers, that would be the correct option. Okay. Why option B is the answer? I already explained you here in great detail in the slide itself. It is written. If you are having any doubt other than that, then please ask. Where you are finding the confusion, exactly you tell me, I'll answer. Okay, but I was explaining this thing only for the past 5 minutes. Okay, try to point out that at which point you are facing difficulty. I'll explain it once again. Anybody else, any doubt? Is the explanation clear, not clear? Any response will work. And Rishi, if you are having any specific doubt, please point it out. Otherwise, it is written very clearly. Clear? Good, Kshitij. What about the others? Shall I explain it once again if you want? Yes, sir. Function x comma y minus 1 equal to question mark. Okay, good. Very good. Yes. I I understand it is a tricky one. I'll explain you once again. Entire thing. Thereby it will also be covered which you are asking. Okay. Analyzing the recursive function int x comma y, then inside the function it is written if y equal to 0, return 0. If y equal to 1, then return x plus function x comma y minus 1. Okay. So try to understand the entire code. Base cases are if y equal to 0, you have to return 0. If y is 0, the function returns 0, terminating the entire recursion. If y is 1, then you return the x. Okay. Okay, step by step analysis. That is what I am telling you. I am analyzing, I am repeating everything once again. Okay, step by step analyzing. Okay, try to understand. Okay. If y is equal to 0, return 0. If y is 0, the function returns 0, terminating the entire recursion. If y is 1, then you return x. If y is 1, the function will return again another times x. Another base case that stop the recursion. Then another recursive step is there, return x plus func x comma y minus 1. If y is neither 0 nor 1, the function recursively calls itself with y decremented by 1. It adds x to the result of the recursive call. That is what is happening here. If 5 into 6, I gave you an example. If it is 5 into 6, either you can add 5 6 number of times or you can directly multiply. So here, first option it is taking into consideration, it is adding 5 6 number of times. So if it is function x comma 0, if you will try to pass it as a parameter, it will return 0 because y is 0 here. Okay. If function x comma 1, if you will try to take it as an input, then it will return x only, because if y equal to 1 is there, then return x. So x comma 1 is x. X comma 0, it is returning 0. Two cases clear. Then function x comma 2, it will return x plus function, then inside the function x comma y minus 1. Y minus 1, y is 2 here, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So which is x plus function x comma 1, I substituted from here in the from this line only. From this line only, I just substituted it. Okay, just a second. Substituted it directly from here. Okay. So it will be x plus x. It is giving me 2x. Okay. If it is function x comma 3, then it will return x plus function x comma 2. What is function x comma 2? Try to say here it is 2x. So x plus 2x is 3x. Then function x comma 4, it is returning me x plus function of x comma 3, y minus 1. And no particular difficulty is there. Okay. Which is x plus 3x, which is 4x. So what is happening here? Both the values are getting multiplied. That is the only thing. So function is essentially calculating x, added itself y number of times. In other words, it is calculating x into y. Hence, B option is correct, x into y, where x and y are non-negative integers. Okay. Arunuma, still any doubt? Anybody, any doubt? Please do ask me, point out where exactly you are feeling any difficulty. I'll explain you. You can unmute yourself, no problem. No problem. Good. Good, Rishi. Okay, clear. Very good. If you understand this, then forming the function a to the power b is also very easy for you. Okay. Try it in your free time. Try to make it. Okay. Yeah. Moving forward, what will be the output, and a particular code has been written. Hash include stdio.h and inside function is there. Think, okay. Think takes 5-10 solid minutes time. 5 minutes time I'll give you. It is 16:15. I'll not disturb you till 16:20. Take 5 minutes solid time. After that, do try to answer. Okay. Think, because it is a long code. Okay. First of all, consider that how functions are executed. First of all, providing you a certain hint. This particular main function will be executed first. Okay. So try to think in this manner only. Okay. First of all, try to compile this particular main function. After that, try to compile the secondary function. Okay. Secondary function is func. How it is getting called and how things are happening, try to see. Okay. Okay, Roli, 204814. Okay. Yes, try to answer it. Take 5 minutes solid time. Okay. I'll not speak until 16:20. Okay. Take your time. Try to answer. Try to calculate. Okay. Then answer it. Don't be in a hurry. Try to answer it. Okay. Yes. Okay. But Rolly, initially you are saying it is C. Now you are telling it is output is 20480. Okay, no problem. I can understand some confusion might be there. Okay, no problem. Yes, indeed, the correct option is 20480. Okay, I'll explain you how we got it. 20480. Indeed, the correct option is this one. It is D only. And only Priyanka has answered it correctly. No problem. Rest of all of you, please be very careful. Try to see how things are happening. Okay. Now you try to see hash include stdio.h is there. Library has been just declared. No problem. Okay, it is correct. Now you try to see int main is there. Okay. So int main is there means this main will be either returning a particular uh, variable, okay, which is integer type that you already know. It will be return 0, return 1, anything. Even if it is not there, we will assume that code is running correctly because we have given four options which, and compiler error, all the errors are not an option. Okay, so we will try to explicitly run the code inside our brain. We will try to predict what is the output. Okay, integer a is there 2048, sum is 0. Okay, you are passing two particular parameters inside a func function. I'll call it as function only. A comma sum means now you try to see the void function which is having two parameters as at the receiving end, which is n and sum. So n will be replaced by a and sum will be replaced by say sum. So now you see n will be 2048 because a we have passed as a parameter in place of n as 2048 and sum is 0. Okay, so n is 2048, sum is 0. Now int k is 0, int j is 0. So that I have written. Okay, I am explicitly mentioning integer k is 0, integer j is 0. If n equal to 0, if n is 0, no, n is not 0, n is 2048. Okay, so it is written return means the all the lines which are written after this line will not be executed. It will return means it will exit the loop without returning anything. That is the meaning. Okay, now you try to see k is n mod 10. 2048 is n mod 10. What is the remainder which is left when you will try to divide 2048 by 10? What will be the remainder? It will be 8. So k is 8. J is n by 10. I already explained you that whenever you will try to divide any integer number by another integer number, whatever the answer which you are getting, you try to terminate whatever the uh, values which are there after decimal place and try to store everything as an integer. If the left hand side is an integer, if it is a float, then you try to store everything which is there after the decimal points. Okay, so j here is an integer which has been initialized to 0. That is why j will be 2048.8. So whatever 0.8 is there, that will be explicitly terminated. So j will become 204. Now sum is sum plus k. Sum was 0 initialized to 0. So sum plus k, it is 20. It is 8 plus 0. So it is 8. This is the end of the first iteration. Okay, understood. Then it is written func means it is a case of recursive function call and it has been written function j comma sum. J is 204 that will be passed as a parameter and sum is 8 that will be passed as a parameter to that particular function only. And another line was printf d percent d sign and k is there that will be executed after the entire recursive function has been executed. Till then the compiler will maintain a log of all the entities in a temporary record and it will be retrieved in LIFO, last in first out manner. This you please keep it in your mind as a rule. This rule I haven't created. This rule has been created in C only. that till that point of time, the recursive function call is going on. The variables, the temporary variables, all are stored in a temporary variable, okay, temporary place, and they are recalled as in reverse order. Okay. Yes, you compile the program. Answer is D. I understand. I can understand. It is D only. Okay. I have also compiled. I have got the answer is D only. Okay. So now in the next loop, we will proceed towards the next loop, which is function j comma sum. J, what is your j? J is 204. So n will become 204 and sum was 8. So sum will be initialized to 8. Now k is again initialized to 0, j is again initialized to 0. Then if n equal to 0, no condition is false. So k is n by n mod 10. So 204 mod 10 is 4. Okay, remainder which you will get while dividing 204 by 10. Okay, modulus, mod operator, okay, modulo operator, whatever you want to say, you can say. Okay. Yes, sum was 0 in the very first iteration, not in uh, successive iterations. Successive iterations, it is increasing. Okay. So k is n mod 10. So k becomes 4. J is n by 10. 204 divided by 10 is 220. Okay. Sum is sum plus k. Sum was initially 8. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay. Now again passing j and sum is a parameter. So n will be equal to j, means n will be equal to 20. Sum will be equal to 12. That has been initialized. Okay. So k will be n not equal to 0. Okay. So the condition will not be executed. K will be n mod 10. So 20 mod 10 is 0. Okay. So k equal to 0. J equal to n by 10. N by 10. So 20 by 10 is 2. So j is 2. Now you try to see sum equal to sum plus k. Sum was initially 12. K is 0. So 12 plus 0 is 12. Now again passing function j comma sum is a parameter. Okay. So function j comma sum means n will be equal to j, sum will be equal to sum, means n will be equal to 2, sum will be equal to 12. So 2 mod 10 is 2 only. Okay. If you will try to divide 2 divided by 10, you will get remainder as 2 only. So k is 2 and j equal to n by 10. So 2 by 10 is 0.2, means in integer it will be 0 only. Okay. Sum will be sum plus k. Okay. So sum was initially 12. 12 plus k, 12 plus 2 is 14. So sum becomes 14. Okay. After that, passing another thing as a parameter. Okay. J will be passed as a parameter. So n equal to j, n equal to 0, sum equal to 14. That will be passed. Okay. And inside the second line, inside the function func function, it has been written if n equal to 0, return. Okay. So now it will try to return, but before returning, it will try to execute the remaining line also. So remaining line was printf, and inside that it has been written %d and k is written. So it will try to print all the k's in reverse order, because I already told you it is printf %d comma some int I a equal to 2048 in the int a will print 0 will be print sir. I don't understand what you meant by this statement. Please explain to me. Let me complete the explanation first. Okay. So before returning, it will try to print all the k's in reverse order. So what will be printed in reverse order? 2, then after that k was 0, then 4, then 8. So 2048 will be printed. Okay. After that function will be terminated. Okay. It will be returned to the main function. Inside that it is written printf %d and comma sum is written. Most of you got confused that sum is 14. So it will be 2048. comma 14. No, it is not 14 because it is a sum as a parameter we have passed, but we have not received it inside the main function. So sum is confined as a local variable to that func only. Here we are not receiving, hence sum is 0 only. So 0 will be printed. The complete output would be 20480. Okay, this is the correct explanation, and whatever things I did, I also have compiled this particular code and it is running absolutely fine. It is giving me the output as 20480. Okay, step by step explanation I have written for you guys. The function works repeatedly by breaking down the n into digits, calling itself recursively until n becomes 0. Variable sum is passed in first call and second call, third call, fourth call, base call, everything is there. Okay, for you to understand. After that, unwinding the recursion will unwind, it will execute the printf function in reverse order. So 2048 will be printed, and inside the main function sum was 0 only, so sum is 0 as it is printed. Okay. How recursion functions? Recursive call, when a function calls itself, it pauses its execution until the recursive call finishes. Paused instance of the function is stored in a call stack already I explained you, which will be executed in LIFO manner, last in first out. Okay, it means that the last recursive call finishes first and then the function instances start resuming in reverse order. Okay, unwinding the stack will take place in reverse order. Okay, as well as the step by step explanation, everything has been written here. Okay, is this explanation clear? If it is clear, tell me yes, it is clear. Otherwise, ask the doubt. Okay, rest we will move forward. If n equal to 0 condition checked, so return will be executed. But why printf function is executed? Return will return from the return will return after the entire function is executed. Okay. So entire function is executed. That particular printf, that particular function, that return will be returned at the last step. But for all the previous four instances, one statement was at hold. So it will be executed before it is before it is returned to the main function. I understand that return will always return to the main function. I assure you that. But another statement was at hold till the four particular instances. At the fifth instance, it was n equal to statement equal to 0, and that is particular statement was executed. But that particular statement, which was at hold, that will be executed first. Understood? Okay. Okay. It was at hold, na? So it will be executed first. Then it will return. Yes, it will return without printing anything at the fifth instance. But what about the four instances which were at hold? They will be printed na, in reverse order, in LIFO manner. Last in, first out. Okay, that is the thing. Yes, any doubts, anybody? Clear, not clear? Please give me any hint so that I will get some confidence. Thereby I can move forward. Clear? What happened? Feeling sleepy? Okay, clear. Okay, good. For Arunama, it is clear. Okay, it is clear. Okay. Let's move forward. Okay, we are lacking some time. Okay, no problem. I'll cover. Try to solve this particular question. It is a very easy one. It is not a difficult one. Try to solve. Then okay, Sukanya. I understand that you got it. Okay. Now coming to the seventh question, s include stdio.h int function, then entire code is there. Try to answer. Okay, it's a easy question. It will not take much of your time. If you try to answer it thoroughly, you will be getting it in 2-3 minutes. Okay. Okay, 15. Okay, good. What about others? Okay, 15. Good. I'll tell you, Rishi. Let others answer. Yes, it is indeed 15 only. Okay. Try to say here hash include stdio.h is written, then int function is written, fun is written, okay, fun is written, okay, no problem. Then before that int main is written, and inside that printf is written, %d, okay, no problem, fun 5, okay. Inside the printf function we have called the function with a value which is 5. So that 5 will be entirely passed on as a parameter to fun, okay. So it will be n will be equal to 5 that we get from main function. Okay. Now you try to see int I comma j is there, then sum is equal to 0. For I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. For j equal to I, j less than equal to I, j plus plus, sum equal to sum plus j, then return sum, and entire function is there. So for I equal to 1, initially I'll keep I as 1. Then I less than equal to n. Yeah, 1 is less than equal to 5. Yes, it is true. So I plus plus. Then for j equal to I, means j equal to 1. Okay. And 1 is less than equal to I. Yes, 1 is less than equal to 1, obviously. So 1 plus plus, that is will be executed post. Okay. Sum equal to sum plus j means sum. What is the value of sum? Sum is 0. So it will be incremented with a j, means sum will become 1. After that, the value of j will be incremented. When it will be incremented, the looping condition will become false. Okay. So it will terminate the loop for the time being. Now I will be incremented by 1. So I will become 2. Okay, here I have not mentioned I will mention it right now only. Okay, here for this particular case, I will be 2. Okay, I will be equal to 2. Okay, if I is 2, Then for j equal to I means j is also equal to 2, 2 is less than equal to 2, sum equal to sum plus j. Okay, so sum plus j, sum was initially 1, so it has been incremented by j. J is 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, and sum will become 3. Now for UC, I will be incremented by one value, and same thing, j will be incremented by one value, the condition will become false, hence the loop will be executed one time only. Okay. So I will be equal to 3. In the another case, I will be equal to 3. Okay, 3. So I is 3, j equal to I. Okay. And yes, condition is true. Sum equal to sum plus j. So sum is 3 and 3 plus 3 is 6. So sum is 3. Sum is 6. Now I is incremented by one value another time. I is 4. Okay. So for j equal to I means j equal to 4, sum equal to sum plus j means sum is 6. So 6 plus 4 is 10 and sum becomes 4. Sum becomes 10. Okay. After that, another time loop will be executed. Okay. So I will be equal to 5. Okay. For the last time, because I is less than or equal to n. Here it is equal to n. N is 5 in our case. J equal to I. For that only condition, the loop will be executed. So j is 5 and sum equal to sum plus j. Okay, sum is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. After that, sum is returned to the main function. Okay, and printf statement is executed. Hence, the loop will print 15. Okay, this is the correct explanation to this particular question. Okay. I have executed, compiled the code, and it is giving me the correct answer is 15. Okay. Correct answer is 15. Tracing the calculation as well as how it is happening, I have explained explicitly here. If you still have any doubts, then please do see this after the class is over. I'll put the entire PDF on the link provided. Okay. Yes. Any doubts? Clear? Not clear? If you are having any doubt, then please do ask me. Rest we'll move forward. Okay, it is clear. Okay. Okay. If it is clear, then we'll move forward. Okay. Yes. Next, try to answer this particular question. Hash include stdio.h and another question is there to try to answer. What is the correct option? After the completion of loops, a return will be executed. Yes, after the completion of the loops, the return will be executed. Return state sum was the statement. Hence, sum will be returned, and inside that printf function, it will receive it and it will try to print the sum. Okay, that is the thing. Yes, you are correct. Yes, try to answer this question. For each loop, there is no return. No, for each loop, there is no return because two particular statements. It is a nested loop. Okay, so entire nested loop when it will be completed, after that the return statement will be executed. The execution is line by line. Okay, line by line execution is there. For each loop, there is no return. Yes. B. Okay, good. Okay, okay, Rudima. Okay, no problem. Okay, two people are saying B. Good. What about the others? Try to solve it. Is an easy question. Although it looks easy, it might not be so easy. But try to answer. Okay. Okay, Ananta is also saying B. Good. Amit is saying A. Okay, contrasting opinions. Sharmita is also saying A. Another contrasting opinion. Then A. Good. Pragati Mane. Kshitij is saying B. Good. Rishi, first of all, you told B, then you are saying A. Be confident in the examination. Think before you will mark the option. Okay. This is very, very important. Okay. It is indeed A. It is not B because every day is not Sunday. So that is why every another thing which looks it's so some swapping is happening. Swap function is written. So it is not true that if swap is written, then it will function correctly. So don't follow your heart everywhere. Okay. Follow your mind, particularly in case of output questions, in case of programming questions. Don't follow your heart, follow your mind. That is my sincere advice. So if sir, something was written, so I thought that it would be that thing only. If it is written, it is not explicitly written that everything is correct here. Okay. So if some trick is performed, then you have to understand, okay, that a trick has been performed and you have to answer things accordingly. Okay. So hash include stdio.h is written, then void swap is written, int a is written, int b is written. Inside that, a particular swapping function is performed. Int temp equal to a equal to b equal to temp. Yes, it will swap, but if you look the main function, inside the main function, int num1 is 10, num2 is 10. Then printf statement says before swapping num1 is equal to percent %d, num2 equal to percent %d, and num1 and num2 are getting passed. Then this line will print before swapping num1 is equal to 10, num2 equal to 10, and num2 equal to 20. It will print this particular line. Okay. But it is written swap num1 comma num2 means inside the parameter I am passing as 10 and 20. But whatever thing I am passing as a function, after that I am not receiving it anywhere. So printf statement, after that it is written printf after swapping num1 equal to percent %d, num2 equal to percent %d, and num1 num2, it will print the same num1 and same num2 because I have only called the function. I have not returned the updated num1 and num2 inside the main function. That is why the output will be after swapping num1 equal to 10, num2 equal to 20. Okay, don't follow your heart, follow your mind. See what is written, what is getting executed, how things are happening. Okay, yes. See here, I have executed this particular code. I have got the same output which I already told you. So there is no confusion. No confusion should be there in any of my students' mind. Okay. After that, you try to see here I have executed or I have made the code which will actually swap both the functions. Okay, this particular code will actually function. It will actually swap. How I have done so? Uh, Same thing I have done. Okay, but I have passed the swap num1 and num2. After before that, I have put a ampersand sign and symbol I have put. That symbol will allocate the. It will not allocate the local variable. It will not pass the copy of the variable. It will directly point towards the actual address of the variable. And there I have used before int a and int b, I have used a pointer. Okay, this particular concept will be taught to you in week 10. So I'm not dragging it, I'm not explaining it in detail here, but try to remember this particular statement whenever ampersand symbol is used for passing a parameter and there it is receiving at the pointer. So it is pointing to the original variable, means it will point to the original cell address where num1 and num2 was stored. So whatever operations I will perform now, they will be performed directly to num1 and num2 variables. So I need not to explicitly call or explicitly store these updated num1 and num2 inside a variable. After that, if I'll perform this swapping operation, I'm using the pointer here. If I'll perform this swapping operation, then directly I'll be successfully executing the code and I'll be getting the swapped num1 and num2. Okay. This was the regarding your swapping operation, how you will perform it. Okay, don't worry much about the pointers. Pointers is covered in week 10 in great detail. We'll discuss a lot of things there. Okay, yes. Correct code, correct answer is before swapping num1 is equal to 10, num2 equal to 20. After swapping num1 equal to 10, num2 equal to 20. Why is it written here? Why is it so? Whatever I have spoken till yet, it is mentioned in this particular slide. Still, any student find is having any confusion, please see this slide. Okay, and you will be able to understand. If you are having any specific doubt, feel free to ask. Okay, is it clear? Why the option is A, not option B, which most of you were attracted to? Okay. Okay, let us move forward. Okay. Okay, it is clear. Fine. Consider the function. Okay, okay. Okay, it is clear. Now try to answer this particular question. It is also an easy one. Okay. Consider the function find, then it is written, then return x less than y question mark 0 colon x minus y. What it will say, the call find a comma find a comma b can be used to find that. Try to answer. One student has answered D. Okay, good. Priyanka, good. Rest, all of you, please do try to answer it. Okay, option D. Three people have answered it. D. Four people D. One is saying B. Good. Okay, D. Good. Yes, it is indeed D only. Minimum of A and B. Why? Because very simple. It is a function is written. Okay, A and B are two non-negative integers, means they will be zero inclusive till infinity. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they all will be non-negative integers. Okay, call find, and after that find is the name of the function. Inside the parameter I am passing A comma find A comma B. Okay, so let us see. Two particular cases arise here because all the options are maximum of A and B, positive difference between A and B, sum of A and B, or either it is minimum of A and B. These all were the options. So we'll look each and every case one by one. Okay. If A is less than B, let us assume A is less than B. Then inside the function you will see if X is less than Y, then it will return 0, else it will return x minus y. Simple function is there, no complication is there. Okay. If A is less than B, this particular case I am pointing towards this. If A is less than B or A is greater than or equal to B, these two possible cases are only there. Okay. If A is less than B, find A comma B. It will check the condition. uh, for X, A will be passed. For Y, B will be passed. Okay, they will be overwritten as you already know. So whether A is less than B, yes, it is less than B. So it will return 0 directly. After that, it is returned find A comma B. Find A comma B is returning me 0. So now I will execute the statement find A comma 0. Okay. So whether A, I'll check the condition whether A is less than 0. A is less than 0. A is not less than 0 because it is non-negative integer. The very smallest non-negative integer is 0 itself. So A is not less than 0. Hence, it will return A minus 0. Okay, A minus 0 is A only. So therefore, final result is A. So what I got A when A was less than B, I got the output as A. Okay. Another case, A greater than equal to B. So find A comma B will check the condition whether A is less than B. No, A is not less than B. A is greater than B. So hence it will return A minus B. Now proceeding towards the second statement, which is find A comma find A comma B. Find A comma B in our case returned me A minus B. Now I'll execute find A comma A minus B. Okay. So whether A is less than A minus B, what is your answer? A is greater than or equal to A minus B. A is not less than A minus B. That is universally true. Okay. A cannot be less than A minus B. A is greater than A minus B. Okay. So hence difference will be returned. So what is A minus bracket starts A minus B? It is B only. So when A was greater than or equal to B, it will return me B only. Hence, from both the cases, it is proved that this particular statement will return me minimum of A and B only. Okay. Hence, the correct option would be D, minimum of A and B. Okay. Is it clear? If you are still having any doubt, then please see this explanation. It is very well written. Why is it A and B? Still specific any doubt if you are having, then please do ask me. Any doubts? Clear? Not clear? We shall move forward. Clear. Okay, good. We shall move forward. This is the very last question for the day. Okay. After that, the session will be over. INT Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a particular series, Fibonacci series. INT n, then switch n is written, default is written, then return Fibonacci n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. Then case 1 is blank, case 2 is blank, then return 1 is there. Function above has a flaw that may result in a serious error due to some invocations. Which one the following describes the deficiency illustrated above? Okay, let's try to answer. Yes, please do try to answer this particular question. What are your opinions? A, good. For some values of n, the environment will almost certainly exhaust its stack space before calculation completes. An error in the algorithm causes unbound regression. Okay, good. A break statement should be inserted after each case. Fall through is not desirable. Fibonacci function includes calls to itself. This is not directly supported by C due to its unreliability. This is of course not true. Fibonacci function includes call to itself. It is a recursive function call. It is absolutely allowed. Okay. Yes, three people have answered it as A. Good. Yes. A. Good. It is indeed A only. Okay, this one is the particular Fibonacci series 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. These are some of the terms of the Fibonacci series. The peculiarity about this particular series is 0, 1, 1, 2. This you just have to 0, 1, 1. This you have to just remember. After that, all the terms are the sum of the previous two. For example, 0 is the first term, then after that 1 is right there. So 1 plus 0 is 1, that is the third term. Okay. Then 1 plus 1 is 2, that is the fourth term. 2 plus 1 is 3, that is the fifth term. Then 3 plus 2 is the 5, that is the sixth term. Similarly, the process continues. Okay. It is indeed A only. Function is correct. But now you try to see that analyzing the Fibonacci function, then base case 1 is there, case 2 is there. Case 2 will return 1, case 1 will return nothing. Okay, these two represents the first two Fibonacci numbers, which was 0 and 1. Because there is no break statement, they will be of course executed. After that, return Fibonacci n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. It recursively calculates the Fibonacci number for n by summing the Fibonacci numbers n minus 1 and n minus 2. Analyzing the deficiency core problem inside the function, it uses unbound recursion for values of n greater than 2. It will not consider the base case 0. Okay. Fibonacci 5 will call Fibonacci 4 and 3. Fibonacci 4 will call Fibonacci 3 and 2. Fibonacci 3 will call Fibonacci 2 and 3. This means Fibonacci 3 will be calculated multiple times. How many times? Two number of times for a particular Fibonacci 5 calculation. Fibonacci 4 will recalculate the same Fibonacci 3 multiple times. It will lead to redundant calculation leading to exponential function calls. After that, it will consume a lot of stack space. With larger value of n, the call stack will grow exponentially. It will ultimately lead to stack overflow. That is the case here. Okay. So it will cause the stack overflow. Hence, your correct approach won't be this. Okay. Indeed, I have tried to run this particular code. So for 10 variables, it is absolutely fine. But for printing the 200, it is producing no result. Because what is happening here? Here, multiple copies of the functions, multiple times the same function has to be calculated for the execution. We have seen for Fibonacci 5, Fibonacci 3 was calculated two times. So if multiple times a particular function is calculated inside a particular function, it will lead to exponential function calls. The compiler will very soon run out of the memory. Hence, it will uh, be not able to generate the uh, output for large values of n. Okay, that was the only flaw in this particular code or in this particular function, not the complete code. Okay, yes. Is it clear? Okay, okay, it is clear. Okay, this marks the end of the session from my side. If you are having any doubts, feel free to ask. Otherwise, you can kindly leave the session. Okay, thank you all for joining the session. Okay, yes. Do join the session next week, same time, same link. Okay, and please do revise all the questions. Thank you all for joining the session. Okay, do revise all the questions through the PDF, through the video, recorded video. Okay, I'll be sharing the inside the Google Sheet. Okay, thank you all. Okay, yes, thank you thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, what is the difference between gets and get chr and put chr? Okay, that I already have shared with you. Okay, but try to clear your thought that get char. Okay, get char and as well as gets both are able to get the input from the user. Okay, similarly puts and put char, they are using these two functions. You are able to just give the output. Okay, on the screen. But the only difference between all the four things is how you will use it. For get char, by default you will be able to get input as a single character from the user. For getting an entire array as a for getting input from the user, for getting an entire string array from the user as an input, you have to incorporate a for loop. Then you will be able to get the input using the get char function. But using the gets function, you will be able to get input of a string array from the user without using the loop. Similar thing holds for puts as well as put chr. Okay, is it clear? As well as the use cases already I have mailed you, I think. Get chr function and it will put chr function, as well as another cases. Can a null character be overwritten? Gets puts function use line of the text. Everything I have already made. Okay, go through it, revise through it. Okay. you will be able to get it. These all are the very basic doubts. When you will practice programming, all your doubts will be entirely cleared. Okay, so practice more. That is my sincere advice to you. Okay. Okay, you didn't directly ask this. Okay, no problem. I'll include it as a particular question in this particular chat only, and I'll answer this it in great detail. Okay, no problem. Thereby, you will be able to get it as a record. I'll answer it. Give me some time. Recorded the question. Okay. Okay. Any other doubt, Aranuma? What is the use of new line character? What is the use of new line character? Okay, new line character is used to print a new line. Okay, means after a particular thing is after a particular line of a an character array is printed, then you want to print the another line from new line, then you will use the new line character that is denoted by \n. Okay, that is the thing. As the name says, same is the function. Okay, that is the thing. Any other doubt? Put and put character function. Okay, okay. Put and put character function. What is the use of new line character about these functions? What is the use of new line character? I already explained you. What you what you are having doubt, please write it clearly. Okay, I'm not able to understand. Please write it clearly. I already explained you what is the difference between put and put character function. What is the use of new line character? I already told you. Still you are having any doubt, feel free to ask. No problem. Okay, in put and put character function, how I will use the new line character. Okay. See, using the puts, if you are taking giving the output using the puts function. First of all, put is not a function, puts is a function. Okay, so after the entire statement, suppose array I have written character uh, a, and inside that I have written 20 in the square braces. I have written as 20. Okay, so a I have declared as a character array. So if I want to use puts, okay, to print my array, so using after the entire array I have just made a statement puts, and inside that I have written a. So it will give the output, entire output. After that, I will write another function which is I'll write another line which is puts, and inside the square braces I'll put double quotes. Then I'll put new line. So that is why that is how I'll be able to put a new line after printing the entire array. Now comes how I will use it with puts character. So same pattern you have to follow. Okay, with the put character. Yes, and the later versions of C, they are having some facilities like puts will be automatically appending the new line at the end of any string. Later versions of C are having this particular facility, but not the older versions. Okay, so directly you have to use the double quotes. Inside that you have to put the new line character, and then you will be able to use the new line character with puts as well as put character function. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm mentioning all these questions. Okay, okay, you can leave the session if you are clear. I'll give you the responses in written also. No problem. Okay. Yes, you can leave the session if you are clear. If you're not have any doubt. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining the session. Okay. Okay, thank you all for joining the session. Do join the session next week, same time. Okay, same link. Okay, thank you all.